Hi, I'm Dana, and I usually force myself to sit properly for videos. No, I'm sorry. I need my emotional support leg up right now. Okay, I've had a couple of days, which is why we're going to talk about masking again. Because I won't lie to you, I don't even remember what the last video I posted was. Never mind what like the last few have been. But I feel like I talked about masking somewhat recently, and I'm doing it again. Because yesterday I went to view a house. I went to view a house in Huddersfield, and I want to tell you it's lovely. I only saw the outside of it because the tenants are still in there, and the agent like had the office phone them and couldn't get a reply, and he tried to he knocked and everything, and then he tried to open the door but the chain was still on the inside, so we couldn't view it. And I did fine. Like it was a long fucking day, and I was very, very tired, and I felt really good about it all. And like, to be fair, I still do. But it's one of those things where getting up and putting on an outfit that I think someone like that is going to let me be able to rent a house, like someone's gonna look at me and be like, yeah, they seem like someone that can pay rent. Yeah, like putting on that outfit and wearing it and doing 3 hours. God, I hated that. It went quite quickly on the way there, but it really dragged on the way back. But 3 hours there and 3 hours back, trying to like exist in public. Like I can't tell you why it's so exhausting, because I don't really like do that much in my house, like I don't stim loads, I don't do loads of vocal stims. Like I am quite a self-contained little person, but all of a sudden on the train I'm like, don't move your hands weird, don't look weird, okay, we're gonna have to go to the bathroom, but we don't want people to know that we've gone to the bathroom, even though it's normal and we've seen multiple people while we've been on here go to the bathroom. So what I'm going to do is gather all of my shit and get everything ready, so I'm getting off at the next stop. I'm gonna get up and go and stand out there for a minute, and then I'm gonna go onto the next carriage and get on, and then go to the bathroom and then walk through and go and sit somewhere else. And I know that there's not really the need for that because I've seen that no one else is doing that, but I feel so fucking weird about it that I have to do it that way. Things like that. And I did so well with the agent because we were stood outside together for like a few minutes. And to be fair, I am just like reasonably comfortable with like middle-aged northern men that are quite friendly. Like I find them quite easy to be around. I quite enjoy that. So like it wasn't awful, but I feel like I did really well at putting myself across in, like quite a mature way, and like being someone you would want to rent a house to, and especially being able to take the inconvenience and be like, oh, well, I have come all the way from Liverpool today, so this is quite a big inconvenience, but also like it's not a wasted trip. At least I've got to see the area. I haven't been here before and I like it. So like it's another one of those situations where like I was not in control of what I was saying. I wasn't thinking about it. I wasn't putting the words into my mouth. That wasn't coming from my brain. It was fully like the masked, this is what I think I should be doing and saying and feeling and thinking and acting and behaving in right now. This is the way to be, so that's how I'm going to be, because I don't know how else to be. And I also had to get a rail replacement from Brighouse to Huddersfield, and then like back from Huddersfield to Brighouse to get back to Liverpool. And none of it went terribly, even though I didn't get to see the house. Like none of it went terribly, but just trying to look like an adult that is somewhat aware of what I'm doing. It's exhausting. So I got home, and I didn't get home particularly late because the viewing was like quite early, so I'd gotten up early and got myself there and everything. I think it was like maybe like 5 or 6 when I got home, and I was in such a good and happy, positive mood. Like I felt really good about it all. I felt really happy about it all, and then I started shivering. That happens to me every time I mask, I think, to be honest with you. Like it's one of the things that I've only recently tied into, like not that recently to be fair, like maybe the last year or so I've been like, oh, this is an autism thing. I'd thought it was maybe anxiety. There's been a lot of times that I thought I was just cold, and there's a lot of times that I am also cold, but the way that like my entire body starts to vibrate in a way that hurts my like core muscles, like my like lower back and my like around my ribs and like my abs all really, really hurt. And I'm sure it's like something to do with me tensing too much or something. Like, I don't really fucking know is the thing. I had a friend that tried really hard to convince me it's definitely adrenaline spikes. I'm like, maybe. I really don't know. I just know that when I go out and I do a thing and it goes really well, it's really successful, I mask really well, and I do everything like the way that I need it to go, and it's a positive thing, and I feel happy about it, and I get home and I often have a little cry, but that came today instead of last night with this. I think maybe just because it was a much longer type of event than I'm used to. Like, I left the house at 9 a.m. and got home at like 5 or 6. I was just out and doing things and being a person all day. So I'd gotten home and I just shake, and it's horrible. Like, it's so difficult to like do anything or to concentrate on anything, and like I said, it hurts my muscles. Like, it's physically very uncomfortable, but I felt mentally very fucking positive and very happy about it all, and I went to bed still feeling good. And then I woke up this morning and vomited like quite significantly. Like, it was a really horrible morning in that regard. And then I've just spent most of the day, like, I had a massive cry this morning and had like a complete breakdown and was like, what the fuck am I doing? Am I actually insane? I'm going to just apply to a house in Huddersfield where I don't know anyone or anything, and I have no idea, like, what the fuck am I doing? And then I was like, I don't know anyone here. Like, the people I know here, I no longer like. I don't feel like there's anything to do here. I don't like it here. I'm gonna have to move somewhere. It might as well be there, you know? And I also went online and just like had a look at like things to do in Huddersfield and what people say about Huddersfield and that. And it's, I know quite a lot of people say it's a shithole. I won't lie to you. From my experience of like wandering around there and reading other people's comments and stuff, I think it's just quite a typical like northern working class place with a lot of poor people in it. And the people that aren't the poor people like to act like that's like bringing the town down, and like people are allowed to be poor. They don't really bother me. But it's just been a whole lot of being extremely dysregulated and being like, oh, yesterday feels like some sort of weird dream blur because I was not present for like any of it. And it's also the thing of like, I've already looked up these things, you know, like I've already done this research and looked at it and been like, yeah, I think this looks like a really nice place. It's a place I want to live. I want to go to this place. I want to be in this place. I like it. Like, I've already done that. I've already been to Halifax, which is only like a 45-minute train ride away, like not a half-hour drive. Like, it's not that different, you know? And yet, because of how, like, I do think it, like, you can disagree with me, but I do think it massively ties into just being like so emotionally and like mentally exhausted from masking yesterday, that having to like sit, because I only sent the application, I had a pre-application to send this morning and then other paperwork to send once that had gone through, and Christ, I'm just losing everything. Like, I'm just really not fucking doing well today. And I do feel like it's like the consequences of masking so very heavily yesterday and doing so much in one. That's the thing. I was gonna say I didn't do that much in one day. It was like 6 hours on the train, you know, there and back. And I had to speak to people. I mean, I did speak to multiple people, to be fair. I'm not making this a video about why I want to move to Yorkshire. We're talking about masking. But it's one of those things that it was only when I started talking to other autistic people that I really recognised masking as being exhausting, because this like recovery period that I'm now having, I didn't see as a recovery period. It was just me being fucking weird and annoying and not being able to enjoy things, you know? And it's only like the last like year or 2 years, maybe a little bit longer, that I've been able to really recognise it as like, oh, this is recovery from masking, recovering from like the exhausting, like obviously like the socializing, like the things that you do while masking are already really tiring, and the masking is like the added layer of it. And it was a weird one to realise. It must have been longer than that, to be fair, that since like I've cottoned on that's a whole thing. Because I remember like thinking back on like school, especially, because almost every day after school, especially if I'd had a good day, I would get home and I would just cry. I didn't know how to deal with it. I've never felt like I understood my own emotions, because so often it'll be like, I don't think I'm sad, I don't think I have a reason to cry right now, but my body is, I'm crying, we're crying, that's happening right now, that's happening in the minute. And I've, like, I don't know, it must have been a while ago, but it feels like it's still more recent to me, that I was like, oh, this is like mental and emotional dysregulation from the exhaustion of masking, and I can't control and feel and experience my emotions in the same usual way because I'm just too fucking tired to. I already, like, on the day-to-day have to, like, sort through my emotions, be like, how does that feel? That relates to this and this, so that probably feels like this, and I think I feel like this. Okay, well, that's how we feel. Like, it's already such a thing to figure out that I can't really do it after masking when I'm this tired. I'm also still to, like, some level in burnout as well, for sure. And I'm again having to do the thing where I just push it away and pretend that I'm fucking not, because I have things to do. And that's definitely not going to help me in the long run. Like, beyond just, like, feeling, like, very emotionally dysregulated and mentally not right, and sort of, because of the way that, like, my body reacts, I then think that I'm sad even though I'm not. Beyond all of that, it does feel like a level of, like, settling back into myself and remembering how I am and the ways that I behave, and, like, how I speak and how I dress and the things I feel fucking comfortable in, and just, like, sitting back into it, because I had a day where I was just, like, heavily fucking method acting as somebody else so that I can try and be a person and get the things I need and want. And I was that bitch for the day, you know? Like, it feels like that's why it's all, like, cloudy and a little, like, dream memory that isn't as clear as yesterday's memories usually would be, because it wasn't me. Some other bitch fronted for that. And I don't mean to, like, adopt language from other things. Like, it's definitely not just autism going on. I don't have DID. I'm not actually having, like, a system front. I don't mean to, like, co-opt language from somewhere else, or, like, it just felt like an inappropriate thing to say once I'd said it, and I want to get that out the way. But I also am not really sure how else to explain it, because, like, I was there, I was aware for all of it, I was sitting in the back of my head, like, watching it happen. It was me, but it wasn't. Like, it sounds weird every time I try to explain it, and I am very certain that it is just dissociation mixed with autistic masking, to be honest with you. And I have to, like, dissociate to get through it. But it also, it really does just, it feels like I have, like, other little sections of myself that are like, oh, actually, I remember what we do for this. I'll go and do that now. And it does also feel like there's a lot of things that I can do while I'm masking that I can't do. And the other bitch that masks and, like, comes forward and does the thing, does it, you know? And I sit in the back of my head and I dissociate, and I'm not there for it. So when it comes around to me needing to do it again, I'm twice as anxious as I was the last time, because I've done it now, so people are going to offer me less help with it because I know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. I don't remember what I did. I don't remember how it was done. I literally don't know how to do the thing. Like, I remember doing it. I remember, like, having to go through the process of doing it and then being really glad it was done. I don't remember how I've done anything that's fucking scary or stressful at any point in my life. I don't know how to do it. Like, I genuinely don't. I know I have, and I know I will again, but I actually don't know how to do it. And I'll give that this, like, does derail a little bit from masking, because I also have, I mean, I suppose it doesn't, because I think a lot of us, like, a lot of, not me, I'm not a part of the us, but a lot of people that exist out in the world that aren't me do a lot of things. So, like, I'm sitting here being like, oh my god, I did something on Monday and now I have to do something on Wednesday, and that's terrifying. And I'm like, how the fuck am I meant to do something again that soon? And how the shit am I meant to, like I'm just going to a place and meeting up with people. Like, I'm doing basically what I've just done, but with a much nicer, like, middle bit, you know? And I don't feel like I know how to do it. And I know that I will. Like, I've spent 70 fucking quid on the train ticket at this point. I know I fucking will. But, you know, like, I don't know how to do it. And it weirds me out. I don't like it. And it's not skill regression. It's not that kind of thing. It's like, I literally just, like, dissociate so heavily while it's happening that I literally don't know how to do it now. I need to do it again. So, yeah, that's the video. On the one hand, I feel like it's raw and real, is it not? On the other hand, I'm sorry that this is, like, not good content. I've just done all that, okay? And now I have, like, future things to worry about, and I basically mostly just need a video to be scheduled. And I'm sorry, I do care more deeply than that, so that's why I've tried to go for, like, an actual topic that'll help people. But I also don't feel like I've said anything useful. I don't think I've even helped myself out this time. I don't know what that was, but it's the third video I've tried to film today. I need a video, so it is the one that you best. It's the one with the most oats as well, to be fair. At least you got that. So yeah, like and subscribe if you want to. It's usually better than this. You can also find me over on TikTok, Instagram or Blue Sky. And if you wanted to, you can also find me over on Patreon or Ko-fi, but there's no pressure, you don't have to. You can also send me emails. I don't know where my email is to be for you online, to be completely honest with you, but I've got a handful of emails recently that I need to fucking reply to because I'm bad at that. But like, it's been lovely. It feels like having a pen pal, you know? I've enjoyed that. Maybe I shouldn't encourage it. Whatever. Whoever you are, wherever you are, you'll be having a lovely morning, evening, day, afternoon, week, month, year. And we'll see you again in a couple of days. Goodbye. Sorry, mate. Good boy.